It's the second day. We had like a solid January day one of relaxing.
I was gonna say, dude,
I shredded some paper. Got all the documents of 2023. They're done. They're gone.
Yep.
But we just did our Costco run, and on the way home, we decided the way we're gonna celebrate New Year's is by one of our favorite foods. We're gonna make breakfast burritos. But back in 2020, when the world shut down, we learned how to make tortillas, homemade tortillas from scratch. They're delicious. So Mark was like, why don't we make those? We have all the ingredients for that because it's like flour, salt, and water.
Yeah.
And then we have eggs.
And oil.
And we're gonna pick up some bacon. We're heading to Sprouts to get some healthy bacon. And we're gonna make breakfast burritos today with you. So that's what's about to happen.
That's what's going on. Also, yesterday, she was shredding documents not only from 2023, but from 2011. So, in all the years in between. So it was a lot of shredding.
There's still more. I still have about this many people, like this big of a stack to do.
2011.
All right, steps 1 and 2 are pretty much done. Look at these tortillas. We're gonna just cook them like you would cook a tortilla, but the dough, it looked lumpy and it came out looking so good. So we're really excited. Now Mark's getting the pan ready and we're gonna heat these up.
We're gonna eat.
On her way. We're going to breakfast at one of our favorite spots. It's actually really close to our house, but last night the breakfast burritos were pretty good. I think Mark rated them like a 7. Is that right?
Yeah, about a 7.
About a 7. I would say a 7. It was our tortillas. For me, it was more that they didn't stay intact. And the tortillas are a bit thick and like biscuity, so we've just gotta really hone our tortilla making, but they were good, and I'm very grateful that we were able to kind of have a fun cooking evening and save a little money on other breakfast burritos. But now I'm just gonna finish getting ready. Mom will be here soon, and we'll see you at breakfast. I've actually been home for a couple hours now. I think we got back here by like 12:30, and it's 2:15. And my mom and I, while we were sitting at breakfast, we're talking about our mutual love for early childhood development and everything, because she is a transitional kindergarten teacher. I'm a preschool speech therapist, and so when I was newer into the preschool environment, my mom was a preschool teacher when I was little, and so she has like a whole background in early child development, and she has such a passion for it and is such a great early childhood teacher. And we used to talk about having like a podcast or something where we could just talk about our ideas. And I mean, we have ideas for inclusion. She's very child-led in her teaching. And so we just have a lot in common when it comes to that. Not very surprising. And so we were just chatting, and as we were talking and venting, I thought, what if we had a podcast where we could talk in a form, with a means to educate and add value about what we've learned being in education with little ones, and things we find success in, challenges we have, things we've learned, like all those things that can help others kind of navigate the world of early childhood education. And I feel like, it being the beginning of the year and a good time to have a new goal maybe, or just new project, I thought, why don't we just start? My mom already has ideas like written down for different lessons she could teach or talk on or write about. And so we just figured we'd come together and start a podcast. I already have background in podcasting. I have a platform already established with podcasting. I have educators and speech therapists that I'm connected with, that I have learned from, that could be a part of the community. So I'm excited. And so we came back to my house and took a couple headshots because we had our makeup and hair done and thought, why not? And I think we're gonna give this a go. I really like the idea, not only that I get to do it with my mom and it be something that we've already bonded over, but we can continue to talk about and learn from. But I do think this is so valuable, and it makes podcasting that much more fun when you're doing it with your family member, your mom. And then I also just enjoy it. I just enjoy talking about it and having someone to bounce ideas off of and roundtable. And then the ability to bring in guests is really cool too, especially with something that's more niched. I didn't even see you there. Mark, she snuck up on me. My living room turned into a photo studio, and now I need to put it back together. And then I'm gonna spend the next hour or so doing some content things for Reels and just batching a lot of that. And then tonight my sister and I are going to dinner. So it's a full day of girl talk, essentially. It is so cold in our house because I refuse to turn the heater on. But, we just layer up, and I've been in my vest since we went on a walk, and I'm going to start just getting ready for dinner, touching things up or whatever. But I just spent a little bit of time on ChatGPT, which I love. I think being not only a speech pathologist and like utilizing technology to better myself and learn a little bit more, in the sense of not even learn a little bit more. I guess what I mean is it's really helpful when I'm like, give me a quick unplanned therapy idea for a 3-year-old, and it'll give me like 5 ideas. I'm like, okay, I'm doing that today. It's been really helpful, been a bit of a time saver. And then even with like content creation and stuff. And so I just typed in I just needed a little help and guidance in thinking about possible podcast names. And so I used ChatGPT and texted my mom, and now we have a huge text chain of like ideas going back and forth. So it was a good jump start. So I just, I thought that was kind of interesting, using technology to our advantage, you got to do it. But yeah, I'm going to stay cozy for a minute before I start getting ready. My arm's getting tired from whenever I have this lens on, it gets tired from holding the camera. But anyways, I'm ready for dinner. Here is the look. I really like it. I like the combat boot look with the blazer. I feel edgy. It's the best time of the night. Time to wash my face. I've talked about this, but I haven't talked about it in a while. It's the Primarily Pure cleansing oil. I don't use like a typical facial cleanser where it's like sudsy and soapy. I use an oil-based cleanser because I learned years and years ago that it's actually so much more beneficial for your skin to use an oil-based cleanser, because it actually helps like stabilize the oil production of your face versus making it overproduce oils. And it has helped with my acne so much. And I actually do this in the morning too when I wake up. I love the way this feels because my makeup can just melt off my face with a gentle little massage. Dinner was so good. My sister and I decided, we had been talking, and because I'm on break, she works in a restaurant and is like in her, very appropriately so, like 26-year-old, I'm gonna travel the world, I'm gonna work in a restaurant, save my money era. She's a fabulous chef and has like a catering business too, but she just does her own thing, and I've always admired her. She's 6.5 years younger than me, and I've admired her whole life. She's the coolest. But we decided we were going to get together because even though we're 6.5 years apart, sometimes we're very much in the same phase of life, or we just have very similar, we're just like kind of in similar situations, navigating a lot of the same adult conversations of like, why aren't you married? Why don't you have kids? And things like that. We just decided we were gonna get together, have some dinner. I'm on break, so it's easy for me to just go out on any given weeknight during these 2 weeks. And she was off tonight, and we were going to celebrate ourselves and just celebrate our lives because we're both happy with where we're at, and it was just so fun. And I don't know, we just had the best time just talking. We talked for like 2.5 straight hours, and I just so much appreciate it, and I appreciate her. And it's crazy because like growing up, like we loved each other as sisters, but being in adulthood together is something very magical, especially even with our brother. Like the three of us together is very fun, and we all get along so well. I'm so grateful for that because like when I look back like 15 years ago, do you like how my face looks? I would have never thought 15 years ago that my siblings and I would be so close. So it's a very, very cool thing, and I'm so grateful. And back to cleaning my face. Now that I look like a weirdo, I'm gonna let this just sit and soak in just for like 60 seconds. And then my next step is to, then you just put the excess oils on my hands. My next step is gonna be rinse and revitalize. Oh yeah, so I had pizza tonight, which I love pizza. It's my favorite food. It doesn't always agree with me though. My skin does not react well to dairy, and I think it kind of has an issue with some bread, like gluten-y type things, but not all gluten, because some bread doesn't bother me. But I'm definitely getting like dry and itchy eyelids, and I get eczema breakouts when I have too much sugar and too much dairy, which it may not even have been the pizza tonight. There's honestly been a lot of interesting eating decisions made, but I had said tonight was a celebration, so I was getting pizza. And it was so good. Next step, we do plumping mist. Then we do a little bit of plumping serum and antioxidant balm. This is my latest and greatest find from Primally Pure. This is new. It's not like I found it. This is a newer thing. I've been using their stuff. They recently came out with this antioxidant balm, and I've been using it as an eye cream. It's so good. I love all these things. So I'm gonna finish up my little nighttime routine. And then I am honestly, I think I'm gonna drink a little tea. Drink a little amount of this. For real? I have a little bit. There's a little bit in here. I'm in a goofy mood. Hanging out with my sister puts me in a fun mood. I do have a code that works at Primally Pure. If you use the code Morris10, you get 10% off your order. All the happy, healthy skin goodness. If you have a New Year's resolution to take care of yourself, this would be a great way to go. Just saying. We're gonna curl up, maybe with a good book on my new Kindle, and call it a night. All right, I am officially in my floppy bow era. I just loved seeing everybody in their cute bows, and so I got some and I love them. I also think it's a fun way to like change up my hairstyle because I tend to just wear my hair down a lot and I get tired of that. So feeling a little fun. New year, new hair, I guess. I actually am getting my hair cut tomorrow. That's not the point of any of this, but I am heading out the door soon to meet up with my friend Angie. We're just meeting up for coffee and having a little roomie date, as we call them. It's so crazy to me that it's been like 2.5 years since I moved out. But we still go on our roomie dates. She's married and pregnant now. And yeah, it's very cool to get to spend some time together. So I'm gonna head out and do that in just a moment. But since we're still in the new year, setting goals, maybe doing some vision mapping and different things kind of phase, I did want to take a quick second to show you. So I'm not going to show you my exact journal entry, but I did spend time on New Year's Eve and then again on New Year's Day, just being very reflective. That's why I didn't vlog. I could have done this with you, but then I thought I want to do this and then I'll share with you how I go through and reflect on the previous year. Think about goals I want to take into the new year. A couple of years ago, I had a difficult time with this because I was struggling with the fact that like my goals changed and I didn't, halfway through the year wasn't meeting and was realizing I'm not going to meet the goals I set for myself, at the beginning of the year because things changed. My vision for myself changed. My perspective changed. And this year, the same things kind of happened. As I was reflecting, I was really, really sitting hard in that gratitude for the year and thinking about all the things, all the successes, and being grateful for that and being grateful for the simple things, there's so many moments with family this year, just so many good moments. What a blessing that is, to be able to spend almost every weekend with a family member. We were very consistent with game nights and things, and it was so good. And so there's just all those little things. So one of the ways that I sit and reflect, but then also start to venture into creating those goals for a new year is I have a prompt, and I will link the prompts below for you too, because they're free on my website. But the way I do it and the way that it's kind of laid out, I did start a new journal for the new year. This is one of my Say Thanks More journals. This is the black. I'm going back to the black one because I wanted a bigger one. And I also really like that the very first prompt would be like a New Year's prompt that I could kind of modify, because the first part of it is to write 3 things you're grateful for. And so you don't have to limit it to 3, but I took it and said, okay, what are things I'm grateful for from 2023? And I sat and I reflected on that. And then I thought about, instead of going straight into goals, I wanted to ease myself in, and I'm still easing myself in. But I was thinking, what am I excited about for 2024? What are the things I'm looking forward to? The travel plans I have. I'm definitely going to Asha at the end of this year. Then I go into goals and I think about the goals I have, and I split them up between personal goals. And then I also have goals for my small business, goals for my career, things like taking on more private practice clients. That's definitely a goal. I want to take 2 more on. How I want to continue with the journals. I have 2 journal ideas that I'm going to put out this year. So things like that. And that's kind of just how I sit and I do it. I am going to head out the door right now. We're going to go find Angie, and I get to give her Christmas gift, which I'm really, really excited about because I got her something very special and cute. So let's go. Home and getting ready for a podcast interview. I'm being interviewed by, actually, you met her in my Asha vlog, one of the sweet girls that I quickly did a video clip with when we were in the exhibit hall. Her name is Christy, and we plugged her podcast on there, Speeching It Real. I'm excited. It's been a minute since I've been on a podcast, let alone recorded one. So this should be a lot of fun. Morning. I feel like I have sushi face, puffy face, but sushi was so so good last night. Mark and I have been wanting to go. It was like really our last like night we could have like a little date night before I go back to work on Monday. And so just really nice and fun. And I didn't have a chance to get on here and end the vlog last night. We got home at like 8 and I was exhausted. And so we just kind of, I don't know, did random little things. I started editing one of my January videos and then I went to bed. So I'm up a little bit earlier today, which is nice. Gonna get a few things done. Probably gonna start cleaning up Christmas. I had this idea, like Mark and I really like the tree and the garland and all the cozy like vibes and lights in the house. But some of like the little knick-knacky things like the little Christmas trees and stuff, I think I'm gonna start packing up this weekend. I'm actually getting ready. I'm gonna end this vlog here and start a whole new vlog because I wanna do a couple days this weekend of just like showing you how I kind of prepare to get back into the work headspace. And one thing I think we're gonna start off with is I'm going to be setting up just on our dining room table a place where Mark and I through the next couple days can sit and like write out our New Year's goals. So I have some cardstock, some highlighters, some pens, and we can just, as we kind of walk by, if we think of a goal we have or just something happy we want to see in 2024, then we write it there. They could even be bigger goals, you know, just life goals for us as a couple. So we are going to do that. I did want to let you know over at thanksmorris.com, it is linked below. All journals now through Monday night are going to be free shipping. So it's automatically applied at checkout. But I wanted to, as a New Year's gift to you, help you start your year with a solid gratitude practice to help not only your mindset and your mental health, but help those goals come to reality. Grateful you're here and we get to start this year together. So cheers, and I'll see you in the next video pretty soon here. Bye. Say bye, Sasha.